everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the LEGO The Hobbit. So we're starting everything in free play mode now. We kind of need to do that. Maybe we're starting playing the levels in free play mode. Maybe we'll come back and do the overworld free play some more later. Maybe, almost certainly, though we probably won't. There's a thing. There's some confidence there. So the first level, the greatest kingdom of Middle-earth, is here, I'm pretty sure. And then for everybody else, we can just start like here and work our way mostly down this direction. And I think that will keep everything somewhat in order. So we just need to do this. We have... Ooh, it does give us the breakdown like LEGO Batman 3. Interesting. Well, that's certainly going to make it easier. That's definitely going to make the game a lot easier if we know for a fact where to go back to get things. I really like this, like, loading cutscene thing.
Dear Frodo,
Somebody spent too much effort on it, though, considering how unfinished and broken this game is.
It began long ago.
Just terrible.
Far away to the east, there was the city.
We're racing to finish this up.
Peaceful and prosperous. For this city lay before the doors of the greatest.
Do I dare skip the cutscenes? So it's a little premonition, or
stronghold.
It's not premonition. What is that?
King under the mountain.
Reference something that's going to happen in a book.
His line lay secure in the lives of his
I've forgotten what that term is called.
And grandson.
Foreshadowing, yes. They're foreshadowing by having a red dragon kite.
Pay homage to him. Even the great elven.
So you have mounts in the game, and like you see that moose in 2 cutscenes, and that's it. Ridiculous. And it seems like this whole trouble would have not started had they just been nicer about him sending a gift.
My liege, our king asks you to go and oversee today's mining operation.
They give me a custom character, really?
Built deep within the mountain itself, the beauty of this fortress city was legend.
So I have the 2 indicators that are important. And we want to get True Thief. And we'd like to get some other things too. Like, I guess I can just sit here and use the right bump. That'll be a little bit faster. I wish you could always hit the right bump in the overworld too. There we go. So that's one of the 4 collectibles. Here we can see that ridiculous amount of loot. We need a ridiculous amount of studs. I may very well not get the Master Thief in this level. In fact, I may not get Master Thief in a lot of them. It kind of depends on if we can find some redeeming qualities. We're digging at the bottom. We're scraping the bottom of the game. Just saying, show us something. Do something here that could possibly convince us to keep playing. Even though the game is bugged, and even though I won't probably ever be able to get 100% off. As far as it looks, I think we've gotten everything in this section. The fact that they did take the time to break up the level seems so ridiculous. That feels like they must have just gone in from the beginning planning to do that. Because otherwise it makes no sense at all why you'd spend any effort on it. Although we've seen several sections where they've spent effort, and obviously one person was in charge of one thing and one person was in charge of another, and so some groups of people did a good job and put some decent polish on this game, put some good elements into it, and some people didn't show up for work. Of course, again, that's just speculation on my part. That's what it feels like. Could be totally untrue. Well, see, that really seems like that would be something there, but neither of my indicators are telling me there's anything to do with that group. This guy wants I think a firecracker bow should be able to take this guy apart. Yep. So that's item number 2. Of course, the challenge now is going to be running around the main world and returning these items. Here's an area where it was a little chunky, and even as soon as we start walking here, I feel it. It's like when I first played this, I thought maybe there was something wrong with my computer. Maybe I could blame it on I had another program running in the background. I thought maybe there's an excuse. But having made it this far in the game, having played the entire game, having found undeniable bugs, problems, it's obvious that's not the case. And it's not completely untypical or atypical, to use a real word, that once or twice in playing a game, I would maybe get chunkiness in a small section.
And in great seams of gold running.
But if it happens more than once or twice, it becomes a big problem. That's not... I thought the dragon might be strong enough. Trying to figure out which of the guy has the hammer. Apparently has the hammer. Smash all this stuff for the fun of it, why not? This door looks like it might be opening up to another section. Let's see. You can start a fire, burn that thing down. I wish you would just automatically change in free play mode if something, a specific character is needed. It gets repetitive. It looks like all the other collectibles are in the next section, so let's move on. Can't smash that. We're only up to 40,000 studs. It may be close to impossible to actually get all that's needed if you don't have the score doubler, score quadrupler, score times 6, score times 8, score times 10 type red bricks. Of course, I want to get a red brick regardless. Whatever the diagram is, it's here. So in this little tutorial section, there's no actual mining going on. You just break things and get the collectibles. I think you need to switch to a bow character. There we go. Switch back to this guy because he needs his hammer. Nothing over here. Hit this. Let's try to hit several things at once, I guess. More coins. More so than any other LEGO game do I need coins in this. Well, I would need them if I was really planning on doing all the levels to 100%. I mean, we may get 100% of... I suppose it wouldn't be impossible to get to like 99%. If we could find a redeeming reason why too. If I can get, I could probably get 100% of all these free play things if I spend the effort on it. I could probably get all the other mithril things. I don't immediately assume that simply because one item is bugged, more than one item will be bugged. So yeah, I could get really close. It's just that the fact that one thing is bugged is not the only problem with this game. The fact is a significant amount of this stuff is bugged and not fun even when it isn't being buggy. So I need somebody with a Morgul blade, somebody that's not afraid. Nope, don't have anybody like that. Alright, so I need to switch weapons here. One of these can destroy Morgul Lego items. There it is. And that was a DLC piece of equipment. So I would have had to craft something along the lines to replace that. What's this over here? Just two sleeping guys, alright. Come over here. Give him everything he wants. Honestly, I think this is probably the best gag in the whole game. Doing this... the minigame's stupid, but... if they had just shown... yeah, and it's a lot easier. This is a dumbed down version of it before. If they had just shown the cutscene of him hitting it with the hammer a couple times and that happening,
The skill of the
that would have
dwarves
been a
was
lot
unequaled,
funnier.
fashioning objects of great beauty out of diamond, emerald, ruby, and sapphire.
So how are we doing on collectibles? We have about half of everything at this point. And we've been playing for 15 minutes, which is quite a long amount of time, I would say, considering everything. Considering how short some of these levels are. All kinds of rocks there. That's where we get the Arkenstone. Come on, does nobody have them? None of those characters have the ability to mine. Interesting. So the game doesn't even consider the ability to mine a super important thing. Here we go. Gather more collectibles. Get those giant gold things. Yeah, that would have been much more preferable instead of having the mining minigame. If they had simply had like rocks that you could smash as any character and it would give you loot, that would have been way better. Right, this guy. Another item collected. Nothing else here. So I would assume with the miner's hat that we have, does any of our default characters have the ability to dig? I bet none of them do. Going through the entire selection, so many characters with so many different abilities that the default group still doesn't include who we need. So I still end up doing this. This. Push this up this way. One more collectible. There we go. Push all that way. Can't go down there myself. Where's our lovely elf? So we've got the diagram. And that gives us a flute that this guy wanted. guess we didn't even talk to him. So we do a little dance. There's more to this game though. Like I needed him so I would have been able to mine, so I would have been able to get more of the build the Lego thing. Fall. Is there anything more on this section? It doesn't seem like it. So we'll move on. Give him everything we got. Well, everything he wants. Here we go. First puzzle. I'm still pretty impressed by this concept. But if it came down to them inventing this concept or them creating a good LEGO The Hobbit game, I would have said by far make a good LEGO The Hobbit game. This certainly didn't get used in any newer LEGO games that I've seen. Maybe it will eventually. And they're doing LEGO The Force Awakens, that's soon to be out. And after seeing this game, you can't help but be a little scared. Well, if they're willing to do it to The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, the last big trilogy, why not do it to Star Wars? I don't think they do that, though. They have a history of doing good Star Wars games, and actually this would be about their fourth, maybe fifth Star Wars games that they were made, LEGO Star Wars games. Am I supposed to do something here? Alright. So I can, I guess, move myself here. Missed. Darn it. So the way this character is controlling is really weird.
Deeper down into the dark.
Really easy.
Is where they found it. The Arkenstone, the heart of the mountain.
Looks like there was a whole other side there if I was playing 2-player that I could have gotten more gems for.
But Thor's love of gold had grown too fierce.
Thor.
A sickness had begun to grow within him. And where
Foreshadowing.
sickness thrives, bad things will follow. The first they heard was a noise like a hurricane.
Barlet, sound the alarm.
What is it?
Dragon! Dragon!
He was a fire drake from the north.
So I guess in Middle Earth, the north
city
section
of
is
men
run
was
by
nothing.
dragons and monsters. Interesting.
For dragons covered gold with a dark, fierce desire. Smaug had come.
I'd say, while dragons are always nasty, a drake probably, to my mind, is the least imposing one possible. Let's see. Seems like I should be able to break that doorway, but I don't think there is a way. I haven't seen anything that opens a gold pathway at all. Let's see. Can't just jump down this way, can I? Yeah. Smash this. Smash some more things. So looking for the collectibles, we're trying to get enough studs, trying to get enough loot. Loot would be nice. Team up. Take on this section. I don't like these team up sections. I would have preferred, in LEGO Lord of the Rings, there was just one guy, Gimel, I believe his name was. They could smash crack things and they would do kind of a slow motion effect there. But it was only one character, and so you didn't have to work together. I'm very anti-working together in LEGO games, as it oddly turns out. I just want to play it as a one-player game, because it really is. It's a one-player game that can be played with a second player. Very few puzzles in this one in particular that even hinted at the thought that it might be more less difficult if there was a second player running around. Now this is a place we can go, but there's only one thing in there. Alright. I thought that was going to be a whole new section, but I bet there aren't very many secret sections, if any. See, hit B, hit X. Don't jump up like I just did. So where we have one more artifact, and looks like we're getting close to the right number of studs. We have 3 collectible things. And it's taken us 30 minutes to get to this point playing a free play. So if there really was no story mode, and you could just play in free play immediately, these levels would have been better done. Just because you'd have more ability. Of course, there's no way, as soon as a player starts playing, they would know all the abilities of the different characters and be able to tell you
that day.
what they're supposed to do. Alright, Master Burglar accomplished. Seeing some things on fire over here. I think I can't do too much about some of them. This guy. No, that's not the guy I'm thinking about. Smash that. Put out the fire. We didn't start the fire. It's always been burning. Oh jeez, it seems like I could have gotten that hammer. Oh, you need the hammer. Don't you? Is there anything else in this section? Nope, doesn't seem like it. Pull this. Switch this to build this back, and then use the hammer to smack it. already. The game's walking me forward a lot more than I want it to. Well, no, it wasn't walking me forward, it was walking another character forward. Oh, that was probably Thor. Or Thor, or whatever. Whatever name you're giving Thor. A lot of gold here, so the first level might be a decent loot level. Anytime you're in this treasure chest, that might move up your count by a decent amount. Particularly if you have the loot doubler. The way it is actually though, I guess there's an achievement for getting 10 billion studs. If you got the score doubler doing that, and you still had a bunch of other things to do after you had that 10 billion, you could use that 10 billion to just buy loot like crazy. Probably more than enough. I hope I didn't screw up there. I may have screwed up there. Because there's like one thing right back here that I totally missed. Why am I thinking? Get that out of the way. Jump over the fire somehow. Smash this. Get that collectible. So there's... This character's just stuck. There's 2 more things to get in this level. I'll jump over here and it won't. Ah, another whole section we totally missed. Hit it again. Hit it again. Oh, I only had to hit it twice, alright. And then I've got to go fishing here. Didn't do that quite perfect. So that's item number 4. The only thing left is 1 mini collectible. Where is it? I've got quite a nice collection here of gold too. I'm surprised by the amount of studs I've collected. There we go. That's who we needed. Go up here and grab 1, 2. So if they hadn't tried to save him, maybe he would have escaped with Arkenstone. But it isn't there. Alright, now comes the difficult thing. We're gonna walk forward and start running, and we've got to figure out which way the thing is in this terrible controlling. To the left, it says. right, to the left, in the middle. Which way is it? Darn it! It's right in the middle.
Erebor was lost.
So we'll have to jump back into the level and do that last section again, but at least we know where it is, and we have the option to
Thranduil
skip
would not risk the
the
lives
first
of
two
his kin
sections.
against the wrath of the
So
dragon.
there may be some replaying.
No help came from the elves that day, nor any day since. The young dwarf prince
See, one
never
snub
forgave,
just turned into this.
and he never forgot.
So, what does this get us so far? As far as mithril? Because if we were to unlock any score doublers or anything, we need mithril. And we kind of need to run around the whole world and try and see if we can turn in some of these quests. Now that we have the items, I doubt it's going to automatically just turn the question marks into arrows, but it might. I mean exclamation points. I keep calling them arrows. If it does turn them into exclamation points, then we can run around the entire world and know exactly where we're supposed to go. I still like this concept. I think it doesn't work great. Mithril mirror armor. I know that's one of the things. So we need enough mithril to make that, which probably would mean we would need like 20 to do that. And we're gonna get 3, maybe 4 here. So yeah, not anywhere close to enough. Skip this. Can we skip the loading screen? Sure, why not? So free play again. Erebor was lost. Pick anybody. Start this section. See if we can skip this. It just starts right here again. So now all I need to do is stay in the middle. So I've now maintained my character in the middle and taken my hand off the controller. There, I adjusted a little bit to the left. But this should be enough. There it is. So you don't even need to push any controls. Let's skip that. At all. Once you've figured out where you need it to be and gotten to that point. It's surprising how often in games you end up not needing to press the controller at all. It's just there. So we get the final piece of this mini kit, which is a trailer, and that gives us 20,000 studs. If we had the score multiplier, that would probably be a little bit more. Let's go ahead and skip. So we now need to see what we know and what we don't know. Like, these question marks could be quests that I have items for. Here's the mithril armor if I could craft it. These question marks could be items that I have. Now I have 4 items, so there should be 4 exclamation points. But I don't think the game is going to be that generous for it to us. I don't think it's going to allow us to get out of having to actually talk to each one of these question mark people, each one of these quest people the first time. Maybe, maybe not. Like this guy, Miner's Heirloom. That's 1 exclamation point. But that's the only one. the only exclamation point. See that little dot of green there? I wish this magnifier would actually work. That would actually be kind of useful. Instead of having to press forward and back to zoom in. And then you end up doing a lot of this. Well, we know one place. And coincidentally, it's Bree. So, fast travel to that section. No amount of studs, though, gets us mithril bricks. And unless the mirror armor is considerably cheaper than what the other items are, we can't make it. And we can't. If we can't make it, we can't turn it in. If we can't turn it in, we can't get the red brick. Whatever that red brick is, it, I think is possibly a score doubler.
But if you forge an item just right, you can forge a perfect version of that item.
So, like, this is super slap. We might as well just buy it. Where's the person who wanted this? Did not mean to put on the one ring. Where is this thing? Am I here in the middle of the night? Is that the problem?
Oh, hello again. You won't believe this, but you know when you helped me make that pumpkin delivery? Well, my cart was stolen as soon as I turned my back. I didn't half feel foolish. It's a long shot.
So I guess we'll do this quest. There's
return it to me?
several quests, I think, that are in line with this, where you do one quest and then the next quest unlocks, and then you do the next quest, and so on and so on. Here. You're now unlocked. You're not anybody important, I'm sure, but... Go away screen. Running this direction. Why does it change to night whenever we get... Here we go. Group of bad guys attack. At least it gives us something to do. What do you want?
From my home in Rivendell, you can almost see over to Weathertop. Almost. It's actually quite maddening how minor the chunk of mountain is that blocks the view. The only rational solution is clearly to build an enormous catapult and destroy it. The chunk, I mean, not the whole mountain. That would be silly. So, how are you at building catapults?
So he wants a catapult. Let's see. Do we have enough? Yeah, I hope we do. Because I'm committed now. Did I finish the other quest, or did I just interrupt it? Maybe that's what I did before and why it bugged out. Is that somehow I started talking to somebody, started a secondary quest, and that secondary quest just forever locked the first one out. I certainly could speculate about that. I don't, it doesn't really even matter. It's still the game's fault. If the game is buggy, the game is buggy. There should have been checks for however an average player would play the game. Big old catapult. This one. And this one. This actually does kind of require a familiarity a little bit with Lego pieces because it's asking you to put a piece that's upside down, and if you're not familiar enough with what those pieces look like upside down, how would you know?
Thank you kindly. Now, that unusual owl-shaped chunk of mountain can meet the wrath of my Wait. Where did it go? Well, this is awkward. Maybe it actually was an owl. Oh well. If he ever returns, I'll be well equipped to send him on his way again, won't I?
Okay. So there is an owl there. Can I trigger this thing? You can push the green and red panels to move objects. Well, that was satisfying. What do you want?
Some barnacles. Took a while, but the bridge is finally fixed. The thing is, it's gotten terribly late for me to be walking back alone. Don't laugh, but could you escort me back to Bree? Call me a chicken, but I'm sure you've heard stories about the foul things that roam around at night.
Alright, so escort this guy back to Bree. That's fine. I don't think I did the part one, so I may have to restart that one. So we're getting quests done, we're getting more mithril. This starts to feel like it might be pushing, the game might be pushing me into playing a lot more of it than I was planning to. I certainly could have simply ended this episode after we've gotten 100% of everything in the level, but I think we'll run around and go an hour just to keep things even in time. Here comes the bad guys again. Even larger group of them. These guys never for a second gave me any trouble, which is, I guess, a good thing. They never gave me any challenge, but they never gave me any trouble. That's fine. It's a game. Collect all the leather and other items. Orcs could appear right next to your village. Your village needs some archers, guards, military guarding.
Home sweet home. Thanks very much for that. Though, if my wife asks, can we say you were the one screaming like a little girl? In return, I'll give you this.
Yay, another mithril brick. Let's talk to this character. You want to talk to me? You're waving, but you're not talking.
Is this a bother?
Start this again, skip, and we'll run this way.
I hear item designs can be found all over the
I think that character is waving because I have the item they're looking for, but I can only give it to them during daytime. And it seems like whenever you enter Bree particular, it's been programmed to put you into nighttime and raining just because. It's silly and it conflicts with some of the quests, but seems to be what they're doing. Now this time we won't get distracted, we'll take out these guys. And we'll see if we can hit Y here and bring it back. It's not very fast, is it? Even for a horse. Well, at least this time the horse is moving faster than it was.
As long as you've got a hot oven and the right ingredients, you can forge anything.
My car! Oh, bless you! You're like my little pumpkin guardian. Oh, not that you look like a pumpkin, just that... Oh, never mind. Thanks again.
So we're up to 8 mithril bricks now. Let's see. This guy, fireplace replaced.
There's supposed to be
Quest.
a good mining spot around here somewhere.
I may have enough for this, to build this, maybe.
Say, could you spare a moment?
It's like I have to talk to this guy first. He wants
I
us
had
to
a
build
bit
a
of an
fireplace.
incident.
We've already talked to him. We've already put some stuff in here. 20 of that. And then 30 copper. So I still don't have enough copper. So I can't do it. This guy over here wants like 500 carrots. Like, how many carrots do I have right now? 87? It's a ridiculously high number. As we look here in the map. Express delivery. That's interesting. That's a new red brick quest. So I want to run over here and see if, now that we've done a level, maybe this thing has finally decided to unlock itself from being bugged out. If that's the case, all would be set right in the world, I guess. But at least not now. And I can't help but wonder if maybe it's not bugged at all. Maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe the game is really just being obtuse. Come on, change the day. It's nice and sunny according to this, but watch, it'll be just rainy as soon as we get out here. That's a complete disconnection between the two. So, are you unlocked now? Nope, doesn't look like it. Was that a rainbow? Hey, there is a rainbow. Cool. So instead of messing with that some more and irritating people, let's go here and see what they want. I should also probably run around and buy characters. I should also do several other things that if I was really gonna push forward to doing everything. We haven't found a single like person that wants any of these items to be returned. Oh, here's a new character too. Digger's Delight. I don't think I missed those things. I just think they they're appearing as we're doing more side quests. So as we get the map more cleared off, see what this one wants.
Oh, Pumpkin Guardian. Not 2 minutes after you went through the trouble of getting my cart back, the blasted thing fell apart. I can take a hint. I must be destined to make all my pumpkin deliveries on foot. But it takes so long. Here, fancy netting yourself a neat trick to double in your loot? Then forge me some mithril horseshoes so I can double my speed.
Mithril horseshoes. Interesting. Let's see what this one is. I don't think it's even worth fast traveling to that. Let's just run to that. And see what this one is. So doubling my loot seems like a good move. But doubling my studs is a better move. Unfortunately, I would need the mithril flail to do that, and I have yet to find it. Wasn't in the first level. Where's the guy? What's he looking for? It's bright and shiny over here.
Gardening is its own reward for me. Who'd say no to another reward on top of that? There's this tool called the Mithril Stud Spade, which, as you might have guessed, gives you studs when you dig. I've got a knick-knack that regenerates health. It's all yours if you forge me one of those beauties.
So, where are we now? We're kind of in a weird position. We need to figure out how many mithril bricks we could spend. Can we get more of this? It's like, how much blue things do I have? See, it wants 50 stone. I will trade stone for blue things.
Fancy a trade?
That's a good deal. And the loot doubler might work there as well. And there's a new character, like, right? Right over there.
It doesn't look like this rain will be letting up anytime soon.
I thought I talked to this character. I certainly did.
I hear some kind soul.
We'll skip here. This is the mithril megaput. Look, the thing is guiding me. And I can target the things. Oh my goodness! Finally, playing the level. Seems like it has solved it. And look, there's even hints here. So the solution is green, blue, red. So, whatever, I mean, finally, we're back on track for 100% gameplay. So, with the mithril megapult design now available to us, the only... Oh, this room is awful. Oh, this game is so buggy. The only issue we have now is just putting up with the rest of the game. Unless we run into another bug, which... That was definitely a bug. We can see clearly that it just didn't want to work.
Oh, there's treasure in somewhere. Afraid of the bones.
And I have to wonder if there are some other bugs that just don't want to work. Wait, where's this character? That's fireplace replace. Where's the Bree peasant? Where are you? 500 carrots to unlock him? I think not.
That son of a is always tinkering with
You've got his eyes right
that
and the
man.
fortune. Head on over to the blacksmith.
Like he hasn't got a
There's
care in
another character here, Butterbur. Let's get him. And then we'll run into... Open the door again. Ah. Might as well unlock everybody. Run out here.
He was moaning he hammered his own thumb yesterday. I told him, you haven't got thumbs.
What can we make?
Ooh, it's hot in here. Times
We have
like this, I wish I
8.
could take my beard off.
So we can make the mithril mirror armor.
What are you
Interesting.
forging?
Subtitles right over the screen there. Or we could make the stud spade or the megapult. I think out of just sheer like celebration, we need to make the
Hope you've got
we
enough
don't have
mithril
the
bricks,
horseshoes
stranger.
right though. No, we have the horseshoes, but it would be 12. Doubling our loot would be nice. So I could make them. So I have gotten enough mithril, but on second thought, now that we're back to actually playing this game all the way through,
Can be found all over
there's
the earth.
there's more work to be done. So we're not gonna end the journey here. Next time we will go through this level and then try to do some more cleanup and more cleanup and more cleanup. And as we do all the extra quests at the end of these levels, hopefully there will only be maybe 1 or 2 extra recordings after that point where we just get the last bits. Well, this is great news though. This is really, really good news. We're at 31.6% and we have a chance to get to 100%. This game still is garbage. That one thing wasn't the only problem with this game by far, but at least we can do it now. And that is a fun twist of fate. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.